Hello, friends. How are you doing today? It is the 27th of August, a Wednesday. I am wanting to talk to you today about isms. I know that that means mannerisms, and mainly mannerisms are things that you do, like with your expressions, your hands, your face, the way that you speak, things that you do consistently that make you you. Well, I have some weird isms, or I guess maybe things that are part of my life that I wanted to share with you, and I'd like to hear about your isms too. Everybody has them. I wrote just a list of 5, and believe me, there's probably hundreds. I'm sure if I asked my friends and family, they could come up with things that I didn't even think of off of, the tip of my tongue. But one of my isms began when Mo was diagnosed with leukemia in 1997. It just suddenly burst onto the scene and has been part of my life ever since. And it's just become bigger and bigger and bigger. And that ism is hand sanitizer and hand washing. I will use hand sanitizer whenever I leave a store. I get in the car, I put it on my hands. If I can't wash my hands, then I will use hand sanitizer. I am one of those crazy people that when I go into the store, thank goodness so many stores are doing this now, I'm the one that grabs the little handy wipe that they provide and wipes the handle of the cart because, most of the things that you see on handles are baby hands that have been wiping their noses and sticking their hands in their mouth. And just on a basic level, whether I ever was diagnosed with cancer or whether Mo ever had been diagnosed with cancer, I think hand sanitizer would have been something that I would have fallen in love with and became part of my life. I use it all the time. I even keep handy wipes in the car. So that's just number 1, ding, of my isms. Number 2 is the flip and fold. You know what I'm talking about. I'll try to insert a picture of what the flip and fold looks like. It is a blue device that you can buy on the Home Shopping Network. I think you can also buy it at the Container Store, and you can probably buy it at the As Seen on TV store. It is a 3-sectioned device that flips and folds your t-shirts or your towels or whatever you're folding, and I do use it consistently because I like having everything neat and tidy and organized in my drawers. I'm sort of strange in the way I know most people put their clothing in their drawer and they're in stacks so that you've got a shirt on top with shirts underneath. I don't do that. I stack mine like a file so that I can see each and every single shirt that's in the drawer and just reach in and grab the one that I want. I also organize them by color. So I've got like all of my blue shirts together and all of my green shirts together and all of my gray shirts together. It's weird. So that is 2 isms for the price of 1, the flip and fold with the file folder organizing. This is, I don't know if this is an ism or just something that irritates me. You tell me. I think it's an ism because it's part of who I am. I am deeply, totally, completely offended and so grossed out by men spitting in public. Not just because it is gross, but because it's germs. I don't like it when somebody sneezes on me. I don't want to see your big ol' hockin' loogie sizzling on the sidewalk, and it's just so gross. My husband, in all of the years that we have been married, I have never one time seen him spit. So I don't think it's a biological need. I don't think that there's something in your throat or your mouth that you need to release, and it has got to fly onto the sidewalk where the world sees it. I think it's just, you were either brought up to spit. Spitting is a manly thing. It makes you steadily to just pack a big old slobbery spit slime onto the sidewalk. Ugh, just grosses me out. So that is ding number 3 for isms. Also, now this is like a psychological thing. This is something that I learned very early on in our marriage. My husband and I had a friend named Steve who we went to church with, who was a psychologist. And he spoke with us about boundaries. And he talked to us about how in setting boundaries within your life, that something that was a problem for us was people dropping by unannounced. He informed me of this philosophy that just has become ingrained in my life, and that is this. If you live in a home or an apartment or wherever you live, where you live is yours, and the door is yours. And you do not have to answer a door just because somebody's knocking on it. I never answer the door if I am not expecting somebody. If there is a stranger at my door and I'm not expecting a delivery guy or a package or a plumber, if I'm not expecting you, I am not answering the door. I'm just not doing it. And if somebody calls me and I am not in the mood for conversation, I'll let that puppy go to voicemail. It's my phone. I don't have to answer it. So that's kind of an ism of mine with the door and the phone. And, you know, it's just, in this day and age for females especially, it's just wise not to answer the door if you're not expecting somebody. And the phone, who wants to get trapped in a conversation that you're not really eager to have? So for people that I know and love, I do answer the phone. But if it's a number that I don't recognize and I don't feel like talking, I let it go to voicemail. So, and then the final ism that I have is something that became part of who I am when my children were born. I do not remember which program it was, but I have a highly strong suspicion that it was probably something like Oprah Winfrey that I used to watch way back in the day when she was brand new and non-godlike, still very humble and teachable. No offense to Oprah fans. None. No offense. Don't write me and say I'm bashing Oprah. I just no longer spend my time watching her program. This is something that I was really into when I was young. And I suspect that this thing is something I learned on her program. And that is when you have company into your home and they spill, you're like, oh, don't worry about it. Why? It's no big deal. But then if your child spills, you're like, oh my God, you just spilled milk. I can't believe it. I have to wipe it now. And I was like, why? Why are we like that? Why are we different with people who are company or, you know, strangers than we are with the people who are in our lives that we live with day to day? And so my common saying, probably be put on my headstone when I die, is it wipes. It wipes. If somebody breaks something, oh well, it's just a thing. It can be replaced. If somebody spills something, oh well, it wipes. No big deal. Here's a towel, wipe it up. You know, and we stress out over such small things. It's spilt water. It's spilt milk. It's a broken whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It wipes. It's replaceable. It's no big deal. So that is number 5 of my isms, and that is all I have to share with you today about isms. I look forward to hearing what your isms are. Do you get grossed out when you see gum on the ground? Is that a pet peeve of yours? Shaking hands. I read a lot of people do not like to shake hands because of the spread of germs, so they'll knuckle bump, which also spreads germs. Hugging. People have isms where they're like, hey, you know, you're in my bubble, don't hug me. I don't know. I don't know what your isms are, but I'm curious to see if you share any of mine or what yours are. It's just kind of an interesting thing. I know that's kind of off topic of the whole cancer subject. I am on week 1 of cycle 14 of Xeloda, and I'm doing pretty well. My feet were super, super itchy the first few days, and they're uncomfortable. I'm having a lot of joint issues that for a long, long time, I have a hair in my mouth. Okay. For a long, long time now, I have been living with pain in my hips and my arm and in my lungs. And over the past 6 months, that's been just really super minimal, to the point where last night I had pain in my hip and couldn't sleep. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is new. This pain is new because it's been 6 months since I've had it. And I suspect strongly that it's because for the past 3 weeks I've been walking on the new treadmill, and I upped my time from 30 minutes to 40 minutes, so maybe I'm just a little sore. But that's new. I don't know if it's chemo related or exercise related or a combo of both, but that's new. Look at my hands. Don't they look so much better than they did last time I showed you? I have a little redness in my palm and some here, and I've had a little blistering. I don't know if you can see that, but my skin is peeling there, and that's just a little bit from the hand and foot syndrome. But overall, I would say it's gone from being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, and number 1 being the best. It's like down at a 2. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. I do have a CT scan scheduled for 2 weeks from now, and then I have a doctor's appointment the following week with my oncologist to go over those results. So I will finish this cycle, part 1 of cycle 14, on Friday. I'll have a week off, and then I will have the second part of cycle 14 that next week. And that's the week that I go in for my CT scan. Did you see the light change? The sun must have just gone behind a cloud. So I will keep you posted as I find out anything about those results of the CT scan, and I will let you know what my doctor says. And overall, as far as health news and cancer-related news, that is all that is going on. That's where I'm going to leave it today. Try to do something good for yourself, and let me know what your isms are in the comments and suggestions below. Also, take a moment to let me know if you've decided to remove something unhealthy from your life. Let me know what it is so I can encourage you and check in with you and see how it's going. So I'm going to leave it there today. Thank you so much for stopping by Leslie's Cancer Confessions. You can find me at lesliescancerconfessions.blogspot.com. Feel free to hit the thumbs up to let me know that you like this video. And also, if you do go to my website, hit the subscribe, follow, or like button. I really appreciate hearing from you. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, friends.